You want to go board reports first?
No, you got people here for the Provo River.
Yeah, right here.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Under manager's report, go to that one first, and then share these. Would you give us your name, please? Oh, you are. Okay.
Yeah, it's Richard Mingo with the Utah Reclamation, Mitigation, and Conservation Commission. We're a small federal agency that constructed and operates the Provo River Restoration Project between Jordanelle Reservoir and Deer Creek Reservoir. This is a very small issue compared to every weighty issues you got in front of you tonight, so I'll be brief.
They're all important.
Okay. Like I say, we constructed and managed this project for public access, and we constructed 7 different parking areas between Jordanelle and Deer Creek Reservoir. There's one parking area in particular that's become problematic. As you can see on the map, it's kind of tucked back in quite a ways off of Midway Lane, back in the cottonwood trees. And it's the only parking area that we have that's been constructed right next to some residential properties. Anyway, this particular parking area has been quite problematic because of, frankly, it's just a party spot. The kids go back in there and they drink and litter and do donuts around the outhouse. It's quite popular for people to bring their dogs and, throw dogs, balls out into the river. And anyway, we're often getting complaints from the adjacent property owner. Paula, my colleague here, she's our on-site manager. Every time she visits this area, there's lots of litter, things that I'd rather not say, used condoms.
Nice.
So anyway,
What are you not going to say?
I guess I'd rather not say that she, goodness of her heart, has to pick them up. Anyway, what
Not
we
our
are
kids.
proposing to do is to relocate that parking area out closer to Midway Lane. The problem is that road that leads back to the parking area is a county road. We have no authority to close that road. So I just want to bring it to your attention. If it's something that the county might consider doing in the future, I think the folks would appreciate that. They really, we do get some legitimate use up there that's very encouraging. The kids go out, they ride their bike up that road, they swim in that swimming hole. That's wonderful. It's the folks that are out there at 3 o'clock in the morning, causing problems that we have a problem with. And so our plans are to relocate that parking area on property that we own, but if you could, we'd like to work with you at maybe installing a gate or something. There are some property owners that use that county road to access their property, so it couldn't be permanently locked, in my opinion. But if we put a gate on it and locked it up, I think some of the residents would very much appreciate that. So,
I've got a question.
Sure. Just mainly for law enforcement that's in the audience. Do we patrol areas like these on weekends, nighttime? There's certain spots throughout the county that might be problem areas. We probably patrol these from time to time, don't we?
Well, they're in the area. I can't actually say.
I doubt it. You're the
So who owns this? You're saying the county road up to the edge. Does your group own that piece of property?
yeah, the parcels on that map that are outlined in green are owned by the federal government, either under the Bureau of Reclamation or the Utah Reclamation, Mitigation, and Conservation.
So you own this other piece also?
Yes, we do own both of those properties.
So you say you'd like to come back closer to Midway Lane and stop that road short of...
Yeah, the proposed parking lot is just off of Midway Lane there. It's shown in purple outline. That's where we'd like to move it to.
Sorry,
still on our property, but quite a bit closer to Midway Lane, kind of out in the open, a little bit, away from the private property owners. you know, kind of more out in the open, so you wouldn't get that type of use that we're getting right now. And that's so far back in, tucked in to the cottonwood trees. You know, our thinking was it'd be a nice secluded place for the public to enjoy while they go out angling, and yeah, it did turn out to be nice and secluded. We didn't get the results we were hoping for.
Yeah.
Only use that road, access that road.
No, the homes that we're concerned about, well, it's
On the other side of the river.
the only home that I'm familiar with,
Is north of the big parking lot.
yeah, it's north of the parking lot, and I do believe it's a vacant home. As I understand it, it was constructed without a county permit.
No, it was constructed with a permit. John Day built it, was the builder, and then Ron Case.
That's the property.
Yeah, it was built with a permit.
Yeah, I think that property is vacant, isn't it?
Well, it was, John Day used it as a full-time residence. Ron Case used it as a part-time, and I know he had some flood damage at one point, and I don't know if they ever fixed it or what.
Is that the road that heads to the north, just east of your...
That,
Yes.
dirt road right there?
Yeah, so it's south of Loretta's house and north of this.
But there's no other access to that house except this road, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there used to be a gate down there.
The road to the Case parcel is right up in the very corner.
So
Yeah.
is this the road right here that goes back to a home?
Yes, it is, a vacant home. The residential units that are being impacted by this top parking area are on the other side of the stream.
Up on that hill.
Yeah, you can't really see it. They're off your photo here
see one,
on the
one.
screen. You can see it there, but I don't think you can
So
quite
if
see
we
it
were
up
to move
here.
this, we could,
There we go. There's the parking area. These are the homes. Midway Lane. So, you know, the folks come in, they park in that parking area. There's a big swimming hole right there. You know, a real nice home owned by Mr. Townsend, Dr. Townsend, and a few homes just above him are being impacted.
so if this is the road in question that we're worried about,
Yes.
couldn't we, if we did away with this and moved it out, couldn't we close the road right here so that there was nowhere to go,
Yes.
potentially?
And then what would you do with that?
So it didn't block access to this.
I think we would reclaim the parking area. We would remove that restroom. We'd either relocate that restroom down to the new parking area. We'd still like to leave it as a trail, you know, still open for public use. Kids can go in on their bikes, on foot, anglers, whoever wants to go in there could still go in there. We just don't want the vehicles going in there and, you know, creating problems. So.
Okay, you looked at this, Mike.
You know, it's been several years ago we looked at this. The only question I have is who has the property essentially underneath this? In other words, who are we if we abandon that road, who do we abandon it to? Is it to them, or is it to Mr. Case, or is it to...
Well, don't they currently own that now? Don't you currently own this property?
We own the property, but it's still a county road, so that goes through our property. You can see we actually worked with you years ago to abandon the road. You can see it kind of, where it enters into Midway Lane, you can see it kind of takes a little dog leg. We did abandon a small portion of that road because the angle going on to Midway Lane was very poor, and so we worked with you to get that angle corrected. So there was a real small section that has already been abandoned, but you know, we don't want that road. We just want to work with you to bring this to your attention and tell you that it's something that you might want to consider is closing that road to vehicles in the future. So
I guess if we gave it here, we're not really abandoning that section of the road. We're making it so it can't be used.
You might divert the 3 o'clockers over to the north there.
Up this road?
Yeah.
Yeah, they might
Send them that way instead of...
now there is a gate across, a locked gate across that road, because that is a private road going north.
Okay. All right.
What are you going to do about the easement to that 5 acre approaches, or I guess it's Cedars now? It looks like their access is right through where you're proposing the parking lot.
I don't believe it's an exclusive easement to go across our property, so they would have to drive through the parking area.
He's talking about this road right here.
Right.
That's the
They
access
kind of have access to that piece of property.
Yeah, they do have access, and we would ensure that the Signals would continue to have access to that property. I don't believe it's an exclusive easement, so we would work with them to ensure that they still have access to the property. You know, we were hoping that they could still just drive right through the parking area, and there would be a locked gate that they would have a key to, and they would just, you know, head right through onto their property.
And then how would you keep them parking right in front of that gate? So that when they came in, because your parking lots get pretty full.
They do get very full.
Just put a sign on it.
And when
Everybody needs a sign.
when we get a public trail out there, it's going to be full. Yeah.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
Chief brings up something that I didn't realize, maybe or didn't know. And I don't know that it'd be a problem if we put a gate, you know, right in this area. But I think the county would want to maintain the ability to access the river from there because that was identified as an emergency ford. George, if we ever had the bridge go out.
To get across there.
To get across. That's where the road used to be.
That's
It
where
used to
the
be a
original bridge was
The
there.
original bridge was there. But that doesn't mean we couldn't gate it. It doesn't mean they couldn't reclaim the parking lot and get rid of the parking lot and so forth. As long as we could get through there, we could get through the gate if we ever needed to in an emergency to access the river across. But I don't know if it's going to make a difference if we gate it.
Okay, we will certainly take that under advisement, and then do you have his contact information, Mike, so we can?
I don't think I do.
I'll send you an email, Mike, with all my information on
You
it.
know, we really appreciate you coming and presenting this to us. We wish you did that when you closed the Strawberry Road, the lower Strawberry.
I'll tell the right people about that.
Okay, thank you, sir.